How's it, guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. We're doing analysis today on two currency pairs. It's going to be the USDJPY and then also the British pound Japanese yen. For those of you that's new to my channel, go visit my website. It's on the bottom left corner over here where you can find the COT reports. We're using COT reports on the analysis and you can download that COT report for free. Also, there's some nice categories on the website. Especially for those of you that's starting out on trading, there's a nice little category there for let's get started, and then also the more advanced trader and there's some nice strategies and all that you can watch. Also, preferred brokers, guys, go check these guys out. I've gone through my trading career, I've gone through a lot of brokers, which is not reliable. These guys are brilliant with their leverages, spread support, whatever you need from a brilliant broker. Go check them out, guys. Okay, enough chatter. Let us hit the charts. So we're going to start off with the USDJPY. Doing a top-down analysis, we're starting off from the daily and then moving down to the hourly. On a daily time frame, just zooming in a little bit, we can see that the previous high has been broken. Okay, we can see some nice push on the USD. So the dollar pushing up, breaking that previous high, taking out liquidity. And we can see that the candle just finished on, daily candle finished on a nice little, let's call it a doji candle there. So let us see, will price continue upwards? Okay, so will the dollar strengthen and the Japanese yen weaken? So that is going to be what we're going to be looking at just now. 4 hour time frame, let's just drill down to there and let's see how that previous high was broken on the 4 hour. So as you can see, previous high that was there was a little bit of a candle that pushed up, so that was going to be our previous high. So you can see that nice push of a bullish candle breaking that area, retracing back nicely. Zooming in a little bit, you can see that a fair value gap was created right about there. Okay, and as you can see, price pulling into that fair value gap, getting drawn to that area, and then you could have got a nice little 132 pip profit if you had taken that buy going upwards. Drilling down to our 1 hour time frame. So 1 hour time frame, zooming out a little bit, we're just going back to our previous analysis. Every weekend after I've done all the analysis, I mark out or I highlight areas in the market which I just earmark myself, and then we do whatever happens there, we act to what price gives us. So last weekend we ended up with these two areas, and I still said I wanted to look at what price does, and we could see price breaking that area over here, as you can see, going up and then pulling back nicely. So with that break in structure in that area, there was a lot of fair value gaps that was created. That was one, and then there was another one just above here. Now price action pull back to these areas in the market. Okay, that's areas where price pulls back to. So we could see the price pulling back to the nearest one, to where price broke out, because it was a nice little big break in the market. So price breaking out, tapping into that fair value gap area, and as you can see right about there, tapping into that area, and that is where you could have caught that nice little pull up or the push up of the price. Also, you could have had a nice little second entry if you missed that. So you take your Fibonacci from this low to that high. Okay, from this low, swing low, to that swing high, because price broke that area again, taking liquidity off, coming down again, pulling back nicely in between our 62% and 79%, as we always say. And that again is another little area that you could have caught the price going upwards. Okay, so now currently what we're seeing is we looking at this area in the market. Just going to highlight these two areas. Okay, we are watching price and see what unfolds when price breaks those two areas. So it's going to be that high. And then what I want to do is I just want to take on this low. I'm going to watch these two areas in the market. Okay, so I want to see price going past these areas. Currently consolidating in it. So let's see what happens. Okay, so now let's go back to our COT reports. Let's see what price is giving us there, or the big banks and institutes, what they are doing. So we're looking at the Japanese yen, JPY. We are, looking at against the US dollar. So as we can see that the Japanese yen had a nice push upwards and then started pulling down. So it's weakening a little bit. So lots of longs being closed in the markets, a little bit more shorts. So that is why we see that negative or that net position going into the minus 42s. So we do expect price, you know, to kind of just rally a little bit and then maybe start pushing up. And as, just zooming out a little bit, as the Japanese yen weakens, we will see a continuation upwards. And if the Japanese yen strengthens, we will obviously see a continuation downwards. Okay, so those are the two areas that we're going to be marking out. Again, just concentrating on what the market is doing. So let's look at our next currency pair. We're going to be focusing on the British pound. I'm just going to go to the daily time frame, British pound, Japanese yen. Okay, on a daily time frame, you know, this currency pair or these two currency pairs have been fighting it out. Has been, if you zoom out a little bit, you can see that this has been in a big consolidation. Okay, price has just been consolidating in that area on a daily time frame. Not major big movements up, not major big movements down. So we're seeing price just consolidating there. Zooming in a little bit, you know, it's getting to a point where this happens. So we need a break in the markets. I'm just zooming out so we can see a little bit better. So we just need something to break these trend lines. So we need a price going up, breaking above it, retracing back, and then continuing downward or continuing upwards, or vice versa. You know, we need a price to break below this area, you know, coming back to retrace it, and then continuing downwards. So it is getting to a point where some big movement is going to happen, but we will have to see and wait for that. Be patient, guys. Sit on your hands, especially when you are a swing trader, and let's see what happens there. On a 4-hour time frame, just zooming, just getting them up. There we go. I just want to draw a little trend line here as well, because we just looked at it on the daily time frame. So just looking at that area in the market, okay, as you can see, price respecting that area. Okay, so price going up, going down, hitting that area again, you could sell off, and then price coming back up again, hitting that area a third time. Okay, so that is also a nice entry, especially when you have multiple entries. So you had the one where it started, second one area, you can see it's a strong trend line going downwards, and then price going up again, hitting that area, and that's exactly where you can hit that sell and then going downwards. Currently, what we're looking at, I'm just pointing this out, we do have price just retracing back to and just pulling back. So we had price retracing back to that 62 to 79%, breaking that area a little bit and just closing in that zone. So, you know, will this be an area for price to carry on upwards, retracing back nicely and then carrying upwards, or will it break that area and continue downwards? We will have to wait and see what happens. And that also you look at on the 1-hour time frame. So just highlight those areas in the market when it comes to your higher time frames. Just, you know, mark it out, and then you can drill down to your lower time frames and just keep an eye on that areas in the market. Okay, on the 1-hour time frame, previous analysis, we looked at these two areas in the market. I did make a video on this currency pair during the week. For those of you that missed it, just go have a look at it, or just go watch it, where I did explain the following. I'm just going to run through this, basically, just going to be a quick analysis. So we had price going up and then coming down again into this area. And then I just want to highlight this here. Okay, so we had a low here, okay, as price came down, not breaking that area. Then price rallied up again, okay, consolidating a little bit, coming up, creating fair value caps at the top here. Okay, that's the area that fair value cap was created. Price retracing into that fair value gap, and then it started moving downwards, right? So if you missed that little entry, you could have had a nice little secondary entry where price broke that area, creating another fair value gap in the market. Okay, price retracing into it and then continuing downwards. Where did price continue downwards? We had this liquidity that's lying in the bottom here. Okay, and as you can see, just drawing that. Okay, so basically there's some sell orders at the bottom here as the guys put their buy orders in. So there's some sell liquidity lying at the bottom here. Price retracing back to, you know, hunting that sell liquidity. So if you had a nice little sell over at the top here, you could have just sold it downwards to that area. Okay, and then price, I'm just going to take this out, and then price started consolidating again a little bit and just moving upwards, going into this zone. And currently what we're looking at now is we're going to be focusing on two areas. Once again, we're going to be looking at this high that's over here, And I'm just going to make a mirror image of that. So we're looking at that low. So those two areas in the market we're going to be looking at this week, just to focus on what price is going to be doing. Will it break above it and then carry on downside, upwards, or will price continue downwards? And you know, looking at any break of structure, any fair value gap, any retracement on the Fibonacci. Those are the two strategies that I use, or two methods that I use trading my currencies, and it works, guys. I've made countless of videos around about it, and yeah, the proof is in the pudding. So guys, looking at the COT reports on these two currency pairs, we did look at the Japanese yen. You know, prices getting weaker. So let's just look at the British pound, and I can tell you now, and this is what we're seeing, is the British pound went from a negative 80 net position, and now it's currently in a negative 26. So it's currently going up again, but it wants to start going down again. But we will have to see. There's longs being closed in the market, shorts being open to the market. So you can see the big banks wants to maybe push it down, but will it just be a little bit of a downwards run and then continue upwards? That is, again, we will have to see what happens in the market. So I'd rather react to the market than predicting it. But again, just do your analysis, keep it there, and then react to what price does on these structures, like this high and like this low. So that's all from my side for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this analysis, and if you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. There are definitely more videos coming your way this weekend, some more analysis, and yeah, let's see what happens in the market. So guys, hope you're having a wonderful weekend so far. Stay safe and happy trading, guys.